Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're doing well. My name is the One Man Bailey, and I am joined by the infamous and far better brother, Mr. Louis. Oh my word, Mr. Louis Meadows.
Yep.
Sorry, I was hearing myself for a second there. I hope you're doing well. How are you doing? You good?
I'm doing all right. Been better. You know, almost died over the weekend, but we're here now. We're doing some AOS, and you know what could be better. What could be better, Ben?
I mean, you've made us suit and boot this morning.
Yeah, because anything that's worth doing is worth doing with class, Ben.
Yeah, you got to do it properly.
Yeah, you got to do it properly.
There's only one way to be the top, and that's have Louis on your stream for a start. And secondly is to wear a tie and a shirt.
Yeah, and bottoms and shoes, though. But
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you've definitely got them.
Definitely bottoms and shoes. Anyway.
Yeah.
We're going to be playing, we're going to be streaming, Game number 4. Or we can play if you want.
No. We should probably watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've never had the pleasure of commentating on my own brother's game before.
Well, this is the big thing, right? Yeah. It is your brother. The only reason you're here, really.
I just want to watch him lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, on the internet, it's going to be great.
It's going to be there forever.
It's going to be great. It is going to be here forever.
It's going to be uploaded to YouTube, so you can see that Team England Toby lost.
The fall. How the mighty have fallen.
Well, should we go through Toby's list?
Oh yeah, please do.
All right, let's go through Toby, or maybe we'll go through Rob's list first. Whoever's first on the. No, it is Toby first.
Oh, look at that.
There you go. You want to go through it, or do you want me to go through this one?
You can go through. I'll just nod and go. Yeah, that's great.
I mean, they can't see you anymore, so you're absolutely fine.
That's fine.
So we've got the Great Unclean one there as the general. It's a hefty 495 points. It's like 25% of your army right there. With the Mileblade and Doomsday Bell. Who doesn't love the bell? Is this the one that he borrowed? Did he borrow?
No. You can tell it's his because it's yellow.
Ah, fair.
Everything that's yellow is his because that's the only colour he can paint.
Naturally.
The
Nurgling Infestation command trait with a Wither Stave as the artifact, and then obviously Flaming Weapon there to give them that extra point of damage.
Infestation's the -1 to be hit.
Yep.
And the Wither Stave's the +1 to disease point, not disease. I get them mixed up.
No, it's disease point.
Yeah,
Yeah. So you disease on 5s instead of 6s, right? Is that one?
Is it not 3s instead of 4s?
Oh, for him.
I don't know.
Oh, anyway, we'll get to that point. We've then got the brothers, Orgots and Blowab.
Yeah.
They're pretty standard. We see them in quite a lot of Nurgle lists nowadays.
Yeah.
They're pretty tanky. And then he has got 4 units of Puskar Blightlords in pairs.
Yep. 8 wounds apiece, right? Absolute pain to move.
Yep.
Mortals on the charge.
Nails.
Grim.
And it's just D3 mortals per model as well, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That smacks into you, which is quite nasty. And when you've got 8 of them, if you can get that charge like succinct and get all 8 in at once,
you're just going to blow some up.
8 D3 mortal wounds is going to take something out.
Yeah, easy.
And then you've got the Burning Head as well, because he has spare points. Why not spend them on something?
Well, it's because I think it's Blowab. The caster one has that spell where you take D3 mortal wounds every phase that they take damage.
Yeah.
So the Burning Head's there to get the damage in the hero phase.
Yeah.
So you can stack up, and that quickly stacks up if you get it on something big. If you get it on, I don't know, a Gargant. That's going to be D3 extra mortal wounds every phase that really starts to stack up.
Yeah, and being a 3-drop army, he might do really well into his opponent's list, which is Robert Ayres with Gargants, who's a 4-drop army, significantly different. Sons of Behemat, Breaker Tribe. Idiot with Flags is his standard.
It's everyone's standard.
Yeah.
Does it affect Toby that much, though? Because he's elite on most of his stuff.
He doesn't have a champion. Oh, he has a unit leader. Does an elite count as a unit leader? No.
I don't think they have a unit leader. Well, I think they're just elite.
I think he's absolutely fine then, and he doesn't take a lot of the...
Well, he's a lucky man.
Benefits.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, one of the reasons you take it is because you get to reroll you add ones to hit.
Yeah, against most things in the game. Most things have a banner or a champion or
musician.
But the fact they have elite says to me that they probably don't have a champion.
Yeah, which makes it, a rule that Rob's just not going to get to play with. He's going to have to use the all-out defense. My God, there's so many bots today. It's incredible. It's like Sunday came out and all the bots decided to join. But we've got the Gatebreaker Mega Gargant there as the general with Louder Than Words. So he gets +1 towards his +1 attack on his main weapon.
Yep.
He's then got the Enchanted Portcullis, which is a 6-up ward.
Yep.
Second Gatebreaker with Amulet of Destiny.
Yep, another 6-up
ward.
6-up ward is just so good when you've got 35 wounds. It just really... makes them even harder to get rid of. Yeah.
Then we've got the Kraken Eater Mega Gargant, and then we've got the Kron Spine. Now, the only reason I've really got you here is so you can talk about the Kron Spine.
I had it in my list. I was supposed to be playing today as well.
Yes, you were. Yeah. You were supposed to take Little Ginger Men with the Crossbow.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Incarnate, everyone's sleeping on it. I think you're going to see more and more of it. I think it's just going to come up more and more.
Yeah, it's definitely something that is quite nasty and has the potential to just not allow you to play your game where you want to play.
I think we've missed a whole turn already.
Well, Toby's... Oh, wow.
Yeah, we missed the Gargant turn already.
Rob's already had his turn. Struth.
Yeah.
So we saw that Rob... obviously, Toby had priority.
Mm-hmm.
Deploys at the back of the... back of the screen? Back of the
Probably
table.
to stop the Incarnate getting anything and locking it in.
Yeah. What it does do is this Incarnate now has a massive, like, sort of field... Oh, we've lost the camera. It'll come back.
Well, hopefully, now it's here... Toby can put enough damage onto it to get one of them lives off of it already, which is why he's got the Burning Skull out already, I'm guessing, because if he can double turn here and get rid of this Incarnate now, that's 400 points that's done absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's literally 25% of the army that's just
yeah,
gone.
so he's already done it. He's got that other spell off as well, so 4 wounds on it already means it can die on a 1-1.
And the Warrior Lodge guys themselves use, or Tom Patton from the Warrior Lodge uses an Incarnate. Mm-hmm. And they actually contacted GW themselves about the ruling on whether it heals wounds or not at the end of the phase.
I always assumed it did. I didn't know this till this morning.
It doesn't heal any wounds at the end of the phase. So if you wound it, and it takes 9 wounds and you pass the roll, it still has those 9 wounds on it.
Have they not FAQ'd it now? I thought there was an FAQ now.
Have they FAQ'd it?
We were having a discussion this morning over
hello.
Weatherspoon's breakfast. Other breakfasts are available.
Were you at Spoons this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, I was here slaving away.
You should.
They broke the GW website, didn't they? Now you can't find FAQs easy on mobile.
I think you have to scroll down to the bottom of the app. But anyway, I always played it that it healed because that's how it reads to me, a bit like Croak did.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, we see the flies moving up, and everything's just kind of at the moment getting out of the way of the Incarnate.
There's a massive no zone just here.
Yeah, the problem is he's only done 4 wounds to it, so he's gonna have to shoot it with those big monsters. And what Toby really needs to do is spread away from it, because the last thing he wants to do is get all 3 of his monsters tagged by that Incarnate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the Incarnate can redeploy anyway. I think it can only be issued all-out attack, and it can only be issued by its...
I think you're right, yeah.
By its linked person.
By its bonded hero.
Yeah.
Pretty standard. Sorry, I'm just completing yesterday's prediction.
Absolutely fine. So it would be interesting to see what Toby's going to do here, because obviously... Oh, apparently it can redeploy. I didn't think it could, but...
Both players seem to agree, and one of the things is, we are commentators.
Mm-hmm.
We have the option to be able to look through these rules at a pace that, you know, is more favourable to us, less favourable to the players.
Yeah, well, they've done it now anyway, so...
As long as they both agree,
yeah,
and they're both playing the same game, then...
Don't tell Toby, though, because if he loses because of that redeploy, I can't... You know, he's going to have a leg to stand on, and that's not acceptable. It'll be interesting to see how much more damage he does to this, because obviously he don't want to charge it now, because he's going to get locked in by Gargants. So I don't know if he's going to feed it... He might feed it some flies.
Just get them in.
To stop the Incarnate retreating. That would be a good play. As long as they survive the round, he's then safe for the double, because the Incarnate can't retreat.
This bit of scenery is actually... Longshanks, you can move over scenery as long as it's not taller than you, right?
What a great question.
Right? But my logic is, this piece of scenery is quite big, and is actually bigger than a Gargant. If Toby can get the flies round this way, it'll stop this Gargant being able to go this way and forcing him round. Obviously, he wants to go towards the other objective.
Mm-hmm.
But it means that he only has to deal with this one, and then goes over to deal with these 2 at the same time, if he wants to do that.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's why the flies are there on the right of the screen anyway, to kind of sit in that little channel and stop that Gargant getting onto the point anyway.
He can only get up to that point, really, can't he?
Yeah. I mean, you might be able to get on with a pile-in or with something else, but yeah, solid play so far. I am interested to see how he deals with this Incarnate now. And he is moving everything up, and I think he has to be really careful that, you know, he does get a charge into it and stop it. Yep. Because if he doesn't lock this up and that Incarnate gets into all 3 of his monsters, that's really bad news.
Yeah.
I've played... a list with an Incarnate into this before, and if that Incarnate gets in there and manages to kill a monster, one of those 3, it's not gonna get out. It's gonna keep killing one and gaining lives and
Of
killing
course,
one and gaining
yeah.
lives.
It's going to be a staple of the battlefield then at that point. And
Yeah, and it's going to be way too late for him to move off the points, really, or do anything.
the moment you are out of control of when the Incarnate is allowed to do things, I think you are going to really struggle in the game.
Is Toby missing a unit of flies, or can we just not see them? Am
I
I
think
blind?
he's kept them up.
Oh
You
yeah, yeah,
can
that
bring
makes
these
sense.
down, can't you?
Well, I don't. I'd have just whacked him at the back of the board.
Well, you say you'd have whacked him at the back of the board. We've already had an objective kicked this way
Oh, backwards.
by the Kraken Eater.
Interesting.
Which is particularly knowing there's a unit of flies. We can see them there just to our left, off to the side. You guys obviously can't, but he's kept them off the board. He can just bring them down
Yeah,
on that point.
so that's a good amount of wounds he's put on through shooting, and that spell coming in again, that's 10 wounds onto the Incarnate
Yeah.
without combat.
Yeah.
So I think he's more than likely to die on 3d6, 10?
Yeah, the average is 9.
Yeah, so that's a good place to be in. I don't know if he's going to charge it now. I think that's probably what he's flicking his fingers thinking about.
Would you, if you were in Toby's position, would you charge?
Yeah, I definitely would, and that's what he's done. And I'd probably feed it flies
Hey,
or something with spells. Yeah, so he's going in, and I'm imagining he's put defensive spells up on something, because no matter what now, when he gets in, this thing is going to swing back, and it's on level 2, so it's going to swing back hard.
Yeah, it's
so he has to be really careful that now he's done all this work, it doesn't kill him, because it will just completely become undone.
yeah. We've seen all the defensive spells and things like that go over onto the Great Unclean one there at the back. Toby's, I think, trying to, if he fails this charge here, he's got the redundancy of the Great Unclean one being safe for now, with all of those spells. So the Incarnate maybe will take an extra turn to be able to get them on.
Yeah, I'm quite worried. Which one is that? I'm guessing that's the fighty one.
That is. Oh God, I can never remember.
It must be
between
the
these
fighty one. He's not going to charge the casting one in.
Yeah, it is the fighty one.
Cool.
That's the one with without the sickle on it. So it's the Orgrots, is it? Orgrots Demon Spew on the right hand side.
This bad boy. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, free up save base is nuts.
Yeah.
Free up save base. Ooh.
Oh yeah, that's why
not
they're
bad
so
at
good.
all.
That's why they're so good. Let's put it up for the chat to see.
So this is the showdown in the middle of the board. Obviously, he's not got a chance to stand on that point because there's a Gargant on there worth 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the fight in the middle.
Yeah, I mean he's pretty good, right? He's got 14 wounds and a 3-up save. Will he tank an Incarnate?
The flies are going in as well.
Oh my word, Toby literally committing as much as he can into that center.
Well, I guess that gives him redundancy. If it does kill the monster, then he is, he's locked it up.
Yeah.
And I think he's just trying to pile as many wounds onto it now so that it definitely loses the life.
Yeah.
Which, again, is fine. I don't know if I would have charged both in. But I think both gives him the redundancy to say that, that they would be alive. I'd be interested to see if he got the Raw off with the Incarnate. Because that's really, him not getting a Raw off would be really good news for Toby on the 2-up save on Orgots. Really give him the survivability.
Yeah, I'll be right back and I'll go and ask the table.
I mean, it's already taken 16 wounds now, so there's a really good chance it's going to die. So he's swinging into it for fun at this point. But I think a lot of this is going to come down to Toby dealing with the Incarnate quickly and controlling these points afterwards.
So the Incarnate actually Titanic dueled.
Oh.
And Toby roared the Incarnate.
Yep, smart. Really smart. Well, it doesn't matter if he Titanic duels anyway, I don't think. Because I don't think he has any more minuses.
No, he doesn't.
So,
no. But we've got a solid 3 points there from Robert going into turn 1 with hold more. This mission.
This is the one we have to hold it for 2 turns, I believe.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
So he just had his battle tactic.
Yeah.
And hold more.
Yeah.
Both taking aggressive expansion. Just an auto do, pretty much, unless you have some really aggro.
This particular mission, and actually quite a lot of missions, aggressive expansion is a really easy one to get, especially if you end up going first, because your opponent doesn't have the opportunity to move on to the central objectives. You can just go, right, I'm going to take these. It does open you up, if you only tip a toe on one, it opens you up for potentially having Conquered against you quite early on. But when you've only got 4 models, you might as well just go, I'm going to have to do this, and we'll just put the Incarnate in the center.
Well, yeah, I mean, putting a Gargant on a point is not tipping a toe, is it? It's putting 20 models
Yeah, of course.
Putting 20 models on a point. Yeah, I think now we just have to hold tight and see if Orgots dies, really. I think that might be 6 and a 3, wounds-wise. We've got a bit of glare, but that's fine. Nine wounds is way past half. Yeah, that is a 6 and a 3.
Good man.
So he's only got 5 remaining. But, I mean, Nurgle does have a lot of ways to heal.
Yeah.
And if they get the next turn, he can't retreat. But if that Orgot can survive, if Toby gets the turn, he can put all his defensive onto it. He can Finest Hour, he can Mystic Shield, get all that up, and hopefully Orgot survives. The Incarnate dies.
Simultaneously, though, is it negative to have that trade of Orgots for the Incarnate at this point? If he wants to be able to put the defensive on something else, and then just almost give Orgots up.
Because what's to stop this Gargant on the left here just walking straight forward onto that point?
Yeah.
Or any of the points, really. I think Nurgle doesn't really have the output. I guess, have they just rolled for priority already?
Yeah, they've already done it. We saw Toby got aggressive expansion, but didn't end up holding more because the other Gargant here is tipping his toe on that objective.
Toby's just asked Rob what he wants to do, so I'm assuming Rob's won the priority.
Yep, that would make sense.
And it'll be interesting what happens here. Yeah, or we see the Finest Hour go down on Orgots.
Yeah. You got to do what you can at this point.
Yeah, exactly, because he needs to do everything he can now to get that to survive, so that this the Incarnate doesn't go up a level. I'm assuming it lost a life. It looks like it probably has. All the wounds have gone from it.
Yeah.
And it's got disease on it, so...
Yeah, I think Toby did manage to do 18 wounds to it. Although...
Into the movement phase already.
Straight into the movement phase.
I mean, to be fair, there's not a lot going on with the Gargant's army. It is just movement. It needs a battle tactic. We bring it down on Orgots coming through, which is a sound plan. I think both of these players are riding on... Toby's riding on Orgot surviving, and Rob is riding on him not. So we basically have this clash in the middle of these monsters to see who can survive. That was Bring It Down on Orgots, wasn't it?
Yeah, it definitely was. Yeah. To be able to have Orgots on so many... Like, he's already taken 9 wounds, he's got 5 left. It's going to be a relatively easy Bring It Down, I believe.
Well, there's a lot more stuff he could have done easily. He could have conquered. That would have been...
Well, it's guaranteed.
Yeah, so I personally probably would have gone for the guaranteed, but I'm guessing he wants to get ahead. But I think he's going to be ahead anyway.
Yeah, I mean, the other option is this Gargant looks like it's making headway for Orgots as well.
Yeah,
and being able to put an Orgots and an Incarnate in first before you do anything is pretty much sorted. And I imagine he'll swing with the Gargant first because the Incarnate's...
Yeah, that's a big 6 on a redeploy. Going on to the point...
He's trying to block that Gargant, I think, or was potentially looking at trying to block the Gargant in, getting into Orgots as well.
I don't see that happening, I guess.
Oh, no, you need a 7, which on a dice, or an 8, which on a 6-sided dice isn't going to happen, because you prefer to be this way a bit more, so you just physically can't fit the Gargant's base in. Also, hello to everybody in chat. I hope you're doing well. I see you all in here. Georgie, how's it going? I'm definitely recovering from my rice coma. There was mystical whims and myths about me eating a metric ton of rice yesterday.
I did hear whispers on the wind that you ate a bin full of rice.
Yeah, it was a cement mixer full.
Why?
Straight in. Well, I like rice.
All right. Okay. You should get it on the top like I like turtles.
Oh, yeah. I like rice.
Ben, I like rice.
Like Uncle Ben's I like rice.
Oh, yeah. Big.
Thanks for commentating yesterday as well, Moog, and I'll catch you in a bit. Have yourself a wonderful day, and welcome to everybody in. I see we've got Elven Painter as well. And basically, we're just seeing the little bit of shooting now that Gargants actually have in them.
Oh, yeah, the rocks. Everyone forgets about the rocks.
They do quite a lot of damage.
Big charge. That's going to be 2 lots of D6 as well onto... Well, it's going to be D6 onto the flies, and it's going to be D3 onto Orgots, because he's a monster.
Yeah.
And... not letting the Gargant charge is quite a big bit of it, because this Gargant on the right is going to charge as well, I'm assuming, and start working his way into those flies. And
I wouldn't be surprised if we see that as well. Attempted, at least.
Yeah, he might even try and long bomb it into the casting Nurgle guy.
Blow up.
Yeah, all the Nurgle names are just the same. I just know them for what they do.
Yeah. Is this kill team?
Oh,
no, Nemos. There is... Oh... There is quite a few, like, there's only a few models on the tabletop, which is absolutely fine. I understand you're like, oh, Kill Team's got a few models, but these are just 2 very high-pointed model armies going against each other here.
I mean, we're gonna be done in 40 minutes at this rate.
Mate, I'd like a good quick lunch.
Absolutely blasting through it.
I thought it would be nice to give you a nice quick game on the first time.
Yep.
Oh, he managed to long bomb, and he can pile in his way round, can't he? To be able to get into him.
He didn't particularly measure that. He just pushed him forward, which is fine. And Toby's arguing that point now, I think.
Yeah.
But it's too late now because he's already moved the model. But I think it doesn't matter because he's going to get to piling anyway into him.
Yeah, but he's just trying to stop the 1 inch
mortal
mortal wounds going through, because any bit of chip damage that Toby can nullify here, be it through correct rulings or be it through disgustingly resilience, is quite a lot. And
I think, yeah.
Sorry. 5 wounds on that blight. Jeez.
Yeah, I think Toby's going to be in a rough spot now. The Gargants are wherever they need to be. Obviously, he's got flies in the sky, so he's going to be able to get one of these back points.
Yeah.
But he's going to put the flies on one of them, and if he doesn't win the turn, or if he can't not take it, Rob's just going to get rid of that point.
Yeah, definitely.
So
the problem is, though, the flies are what, movement 8?
Yeah, I mean, an auto run would probably get them to the next one, but
sorry.
That's maybe why he's kicked it back.
So that distance is 30 inches.
Oh.
Minus the 12 inches between this 6 and
18.
this 6. So an 18-inch. So even
wouldn't get them.
Yeah, even with a run.
Well, especially this kicked one as well, probably.
Well, you tip one, and because of coherency, you could put another one there. And the size of the bases, you might just get to be able to go this way.
But you might need them flies near his points now. Because there's a good chance at the end of his turn, Toby's left with very little left.
Yeah.
And it is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, glad I came all this way, Ben.
Well,
for what could be the shortest match I've ever seen.
We'll just get them to re-rack and go again.
Re-rack and go again.
Yeah.
Swap armies.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised that they're both playing at this pace at this time in the morning on a Sunday.
Oh, mate. One of the things I can say for Toby is we play so much AOS that we both play at such an alarming pace.
Yeah.
Because when you know what your stuff does, I mean, he's only got 4 War Scrolls.
Yep.
And they're all just Nurgle, so they just fly around and hurt stuff and don't die. Well, I say don't die, but there's not a lot going on between the models. There's not a lot of complexity. Combat's going to be quick as well. So, yeah, it's just going to be a quick game. I think it lends itself to that with the 2 armies.
Toby just failed all of his saves there into Blowab. He's now got only a couple left. No, that's him removed.
Him gone. Yeah.
He must have done, he did the impact hits, didn't he, to be able to go through it?
Yeah, so that's rough. But again, that's why I would have maybe put the flies in there.
Yeah.
But again, hindsight's great when you're seeing it top down.
Well, yeah, that's one of the things. I'll always say this. If you guys have ever obviously played Warhammer, which I imagine a lot of you here have, sitting here and watching it from a top-down point of view and 3 other angles that we've got going on, it's a lot easier to be able to sit and look at things and analyze things and say, well, maybe we should have gone this way, maybe we should have gone that way. And it's a lot different when you're stood at the table looking at the angle that you are. Because even bits like terrain, I know it sounds weird and it doesn't matter in this game, but this massive bit of terrain, you could potentially have like a small leader unit hid there.
Yeah.
And if you're stood on this side of the table that Toby stood on, you might not see it.
Yeah.
You might forget it's there. It might cost you the game in certain aspects. Not all the time. Very, very few, but... Right, so he did go with the Gargant first.
Yeah, which is
makes sense.
Yeah,
because then you've got the Incarnate to be able to slap the Puskar Blightlords back in the face.
I don't know if we did the maths now. I'm not sure this is something Toby can come back from already. He's going to get the extra point for bringing it down with a monster because the Gargant killed him.
Yep.
He's definitely going to be holding more.
Yep.
Because he's been on this middle one twice.
Yeah. He gets the hold 1, hold 2 as well because he holds the bottom ones and holds the middle one.
Yeah, so already, I don't think he's killing that Gargant next turn. I mean, he could do.
Yeah.
That he's gonna have to commit the Great Unclean One, and the Great Unclean One's not going to be able to commit to that fight without tagging the Incarnate now.
Well, the Incarnate maybe, potentially, hopefully, fails a roll. Like, he's put 3 wounds on it already.
Well, it's level 1 currently. It's level 2 now because it's not. It hasn't gone up a level.
Does it go up before it goes down, or does it go down before it goes up?
It goes up immediately. But the Incarnate... No, I think he did swing with the Incarnate.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Which means he's got the level, which is probably what I'd have done.
Okay.
Because it saves it.
Yeah, it definitely does. There is a little level marker next to the Incarnate, which does have another number 2 next to it.
Yeah, so it must have got the killing. That's probably what I would have done, because it gives him... If you do it the other way around, he could have died this turn.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's still kill a monster with a monster.
Because it still counts as a monster. What do you think if they... Because obviously it's 400 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nasty. It's got the ability to not die for 2 turns minimum. It's no retreat bubble, -1 to casting, loads of stuff going for it. What's its weakness?
You can get outplayed with it so easy.
Yeah.
You put it in the wrong place, or if you don't play with it properly. If the guy, I don't know who he's got linked with it, but if that guy dies, say it was this Gargant on the right.
Yep.
If this Gargant dies, he's now in combat with his own Gargant.
Yeah.
Neither of them can retreat.
Yeah.
For a Gargant's player, that's grim.
Yeah.
That's really grim.
It's 50% of your force sorted, right?
Yeah, it does. It does give -1 to all wizards around it, unless you're linked with it.
Yeah.
So that's a minus as well. I just think the fact that you can, if the guy bonded dies, it just does bad stuff. You can also just like Elven Painter says, feed it rubbish.
Yeah.
Feed it battle line, feed it skinks, feed it, Are you just praying that something goes into it and one of the things survives?
Yeah, just
so you can just give them another turn.
Yeah, of course.
But it does ask a lot of questions of a lot of armies.
Yeah.
The Incarnate, which is why I think we're going to see a lot more play of it.
We see it into this Nurgle army here. Obviously, there's not enough of a model count to be able to tank it up.
No, exactly.
If Toby had that unit of 30 Plague Bearers, for example, and had Fleshy Abundance on them, so there's 30 wounds,
ram that in, you're
healing
laughing.
them back in, the Incarnate's stuck there that turn, so are they, whatever.
Yeah.
And if there's 30 of them on that objective in the centre at this point, they're claiming that until a Gargant comes on. In fact, if all of them are still there, they still claim it.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is, it's good now because we're in the Gur monster stage, but if the rumours about, or whatever is true about the new GHB...
GW have announced that it's all battle line related.
Yeah, so I don't think it'll be as good, because I
Okay.
think you'll see people running more battle line.
Yeah.
Which means there'll be more chaff, you'd think, to lock it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty good at the moment. And a lot of the good meta lists are all lots of big things, basically. Because this would do really well into 6 Magmadross, which I think is a ridiculous list at the moment.
Yeah.
That not a lot of people are playing.
Goes pretty well into Thunder Lizards, do you think?
do really well into Thunder Lizards.
Yep.
Charge it at something horrible. Just keep it in there.
Well, even if you can get into the 2 Bastiladons, if you don't kill those Bastiladons, you stop their shooting for 2 turns.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is the most important bit, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Gotrek versus Incarnate, who wins? Because obviously he nullifies all damage to 1.
Probably Gotrek, but in 2 turns.
Yeah, but it takes that time.
Yeah, exactly. So the worst thing you can do if you make a mistake with it is get double turned off the board, but you still have to put stuff into it to get it off, which is sad.
It's one of the sad, if Toby has this turn, if he wins priority and gets it, we probably do see the Incarnate fall off the table at this point.
Yeah, but he's still got 3 Gargants to deal with.
Yeah, he does.
And 2 of them have 6 up wards, and that's not an easy thing to do.
Especially not over 35 wounds. It's a substantial amount of wounds. And
Yeah.
you have to put the majority of your army back into the Incarnate to be able to
exactly.
take it down that extra level. Toby could get lucky this turn in Rob's turn and manage to have Rob roll 111 or something silly on his save. There is always that possibility, right?
Well, the problem is now he's not getting his top left point back unless he kills that Gargant.
Yeah,
because that's 20 models, and he's got 10 there with the. Even if he brings them extra 9 flies on, those extra 2 flies on, and they make the charge, and the other 2 get on, that's still only 18 models.
Yeah.
So he's not getting that back unless he kills that Gargant.
Yeah.
So
because that doesn't degrade either, does it?
No, it's not like Kragnos. So he's in a rough spot because he can't take points back, and he's basically going to have to put everything he's got into a Gargant to stand a chance of killing it.
Yeah.
So he's going to struggle for a battle tactic as well. Really.
I mean, a guaranteed one is Conquer, and you drop the flies down here, but then you're not having them in the fight.
But I think that's what he has to do to get the points. And like you say, dogleg them across so that if he burns that one, he can get the other one.
Hypothetically, I mean, the Incarnate's now level 2, right?
Yep.
Is that got a 3 next to it? Oh, did it eat the Endless Spell? It must have eaten the Burning Head.
Oh, no.
So now it's at level 3. Okay, no, different game completely. I'm just thinking, there's no burning head on the table, but Toby did cast it in turn one.
Yeah, that's really bad news. That's really, really bad news.
Oh, I'm sorry, mate. That's wow. That's devastating news. So not only did he gain a level from eating the burning head, he gained a level from killing Orgots this turn.
Yeah.
He might go down another level because he's got 8 wounds on him. Unlikely,
but that's still 2.
But it's still level 2.
And so, if that fly dies, the Incarnate's free to do what he wants.
Yeah, and there's no retreat there. There's no retreat wholly in 12, right?
At level 3, it's wholly in 12, yeah. Level 2's 10, and then 8 at level 1.
So that means this Gargant can't retreat, but these can, because they're not wholly in 12?
Yeah, I wouldn't know without getting a tape measure, but it looks like it's probably not 12.
That's your 12-inch.
That looks like it could be.
Oh, no, that is, that's within 12.
Yeah.
These guys are wholly within 12. I was going to say, if they weren't, could you maybe get a cheeky conquer by just retreating those and getting them safe for a turn?
It's not even like because he's put wounds on the back one now. Yeah. He couldn't even kill that one, to get the retreat.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't.
Oh, it's looking pretty grim. And I guess, going back, if you asked him, I think after the game, if you ask him if putting the burning head down was worth it, he's probably going to say no.
Yeah. I mean, it's different, though. If he gets the double turn, yes, it's worth it.
I mean, 10 wounds on that Gargant up there is not bad.
It's a solid showing.
We're 10 out of 35 down.
It's 25 left. That's maths.
Yeah.
But I think if Toby gets the turn, we might not see an Incarnate on this board. The Burning Head becomes worth it, potentially.
Well, no, the Incarnate's on level 3. It's going to die at the very quickest. Top of turn. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is if he did get the turn in turn 2 rather than turn 3. Rather than Rob did.
Yeah, well, that Incarnate probably got that level straight in the charge phase when it went into it, which is sad.
The Incarnate can consume endless spells to gain a level.
It's a monstrous action.
Yep.
You roll 2d6 and plus the level, and I think the Burning Head must cast on like a 5 or something quite low. It won't be high. It'll be a 6 or a 7 at the very most. It only does D3 mortal wounds, so you would hope it's low, and then the Incarnate has to roll 2d6 plus 2 to beat it. And obviously, if it fails that, it does lose a level.
Yeah.
So it does come with some risk.
So the Burning Head summoned with a 7.
Yeah, so
it's pretty solid.
I mean, a 5 on 2d6 is worth a punt.
Yeah.
I mean, the Incarnate's taken 13 wounds again.
Yeah.
And that is a 13 he's just rolled. Is that fat? Yeah. Oh no, maybe it didn't eat it. It's back down to level 1.
Why was there a 3 next
Maybe
to
it wasn't.
Oh.
Maybe we just...
Maybe they knocked the dice. Maybe the glare on it. Okay, back down to level 1. That's fair.
Yeah, because when it does mortal wounds, it disappears.
Yeah, but it might not have. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I forgot about that.
But it might also not have. Therefore, it wouldn't have disappeared.
Yeah. Good point.
The Burning Head wasn't there. That was a little bit of misinformation on my part. I apologise.
Yeah, I read that dice there as a 3 as well. So okay, maybe it's not so bad. Incarnate, one health left.
Yep.
Toby's turn in hand, but he's 5 points down.
Yeah.
And that Gargant's taken a good 14 wounds. That's not bad. That's just under halfway through it.
Yeah.
And all he's put into it is like he's only lost 2 wounds back as well. So not so bad. Not so bad at all.
It's all right. Is there enough to be able to go and deal with it this turn?
Well, I it's going to be interesting what battle tactic he picks now. If he goes for bring it down over here, or if he's got summoning as well. Always forget about the summoning in Nurgle.
Nurglings.
But again, they're only going to be able to come on the top half of this board.
Yeah.
Which I guess is what he's measuring now.
Those 2 flies, I don't think were in Deep Strike, by the way. I think they did just get shot off in turn 1 by the Mega Gargants. Because there isn't actually a way for them to, without the Lord of Afflictions, there's no way for them to drop down.
Maybe they were on this point. Maybe they moved 8 onto the point, and the Incarnate charged them and killed them.
No, because Rob had turn 1.
Yeah, but he has a pre-game move.
Oh, he does, yeah.
We've been caught off guard by their blazing speed,
yeah,
haven't we?
we were busy going through the lists. I was expecting them to have to talk to each other a little bit more before then jumping on the tabletop. But no, it turns out I was wrong, and I will openly admit to that, and that's absolutely fine. Morton, we understand. We have acknowledged. Thank you very much for playing.
Oh, your Nightbot doesn't say Team England, Toby Meadows.
Oh no,
That's a bit of a
shame, isn't it?
yeah. But yeah,
That is a bit of a shame indeed.
What battle tactics he picked? I don't think he's put it. Oh, I don't think he has. He's still in the start of the.
Yeah.
So the Nurgle healing's kicking in, which is good.
Yep.
Yeah, losing them flies is going to be rough then, because I assume they'd be somewhere. Losing 16 wounds with a 5-up ward in the first turn to shooting must have been some sort of shooting.
Yeah. Or as you say, the Incarnate might have been able to get onto them.
I think that's probably the most likely.
Yeah.
Because, in fact, it would have been further forward, wouldn't it? Or are you only 9 away? Yeah, it should have been further forward.
Should have been further forward.
So they only move 8 up, right? And
Yeah.
the midway is 9, so...
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they should have been here, shouldn't they?
Yeah. But who knows? We've been caught off guard there a little bit. But that's okay.
Well, he's already started straight into his...
He hasn't picked a battle tactic yet.
Well, he probably has, he just hasn't put it in the app. Burning Head has gone off.
not put that Burning Head next to that Incarnate.
Well, the monstrous actions happen in the charge phase,
Yeah,
right?
but if it fails to explode, it's going to give him a chance to eat it.
So the Burning Head's every unit within 2, right? Every unit within 3, sorry. Is that right?
Yeah, so there might be... it's not enemy either, is it? So
if units within 1, yeah.
He's probably just going to fire it into this thing, because I'm assuming he's got the spell off that... Yeah, taking 3 extra wounds. So he's got the casting one's spell off to take D3 extra wounds.
Every time it takes
and
damage.
that's the strength of this list. It's got real good focus fire.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't surprise me, putting that on there, that he's gone either for Conquer up here, or for Bring It Down on this Gargant in the top left. Yeah, so this being at level 1 means that he might have picked Conquer in this bottom as well, because now that the Incarnate's only level 1, he can retreat onto it, which is what he's done, which is a good move to mean he can start. Oh, they did die. Maybe he powered backwards. Anyway.
There you go. It is Bring It Down on the top left hand. Sorry, Broken Ranks on the top left hand side.
Broken Ranks.
The one downside of one of the downsides of Gargants here is that you can take Bring It Down or Broken Ranks on them, or basically all of them, because they're all battle line, right?
Yeah, and what we saw, because the Incarnate is level 1 now, they weren't in the bubble, the 8-inch bubble.
Yeah.
Yeah, so getting onto that point, big, and hopefully if that guy and the greater, the Great Unclean One can get rid of this Gargant, who is now on 17 wounds.
12, 17, yep, so he's got 18
with the extra D3, he's probably going to take a wound in shooting.
Yeah.
Another D3. He's going to take a wound in the charge phase from the flesh, whatever it's called.
Yep. Fleshy Abundance.
No, Avalanche of Flesh.
Oh yeah. The charge impact.
But what he's seen now, he's just checked, and he's not going to be able to get into combat with that Gargant without tagging the next one in.
What if he walks around this way with his 4-inch?
4 inches. Yeah, I think he's just going to go for it.
Yeah.
Because the Great Unclean One's got a good chance of just tanking it.
Yeah, it definitely does. Especially with all the buffs that he's got on
nice one to hit.
Yep.
And all the defensive buffs.
Yeah.
So it is probably worth getting him in. Just going into the shooting phase, if he takes a single wound, it's got a chance to take D3 more.
Yeah. Will it also take them in the battle shock phase because they're disease points?
Yep. Every phase.
That's so nice.
Charge phase, hero phase, the lot.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's probably quite one of the few Nurgle lists that has the pinpoint focus damage that can actually take a Gargant out in a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you've got to have all the stars align. Like,
it's not that hard,
get the
though.
spell off.
I don't think the spell casts that high. But yeah, if you have an Unbind, it's what you're saving your Unbind for. Yeah. For definite. So he has taken a wound.
He's taken
at least
more
one.
wounds.
Whew.
Oh my word.
Jeez.
That is
the great Unclean One shooting and this guy shooting are both nuts.
Yeah, both of these.
They're both quite high end.
Yeah, and when you've only got a 6-up ward, you
I'm assuming this is one with a 6-up ward. This looks like a gate breaker. This one in the middle is probably a gate breaker.
Yeah, this one on the right
is Kraken.
Yeah, because it kicked this down and then moved up here. So we're probably going to see a Gargant. Well, Toby has to see a Gargant fall.
I mean, that is 30 dice. That's 31 wounds. He's only got 4 left. So that I would say that's pretty. He might not even charge. Oh, he has charged with the Great Unclean one.
No, this is still more damage coming through from shooting.
He's got 1 wound left. 34.
Fair play. Toby forgot to do some summoning.
And he's letting him go back.
And Rob's letting him go back and do some summoning.
No, I'd expect better from Team England Toby. When you play at the highest level, I mean, is he going to attempt the charge?
When you are the world team champion, not world champion, world team champion.
I mean, in our current form, I've beat him twice and he's beat me once since he's come back, so I'm technically world team champion.
Yeah.
On current form, anyway.
Yeah.
Lad. You know, if I was on this table against Toby and he went, "Oh, can I just go back and summon?" It'd be a strong no.
Yeah, it'd be like a get out.
It'd be a strong no, but...
Do you remember that ice cream you had off me as a kid? Yeah, well, I'm taking it back now.
Remember all those times they picked you over me? Guess what?
Yeah. Remember when you were the favoured child? Not anymore, mate.
No, he still is.
Oh, fair play.
Will always be.
I mean, you'll be my favourite forever.
Thanks, mate.
Nobody else, suits and boots, after being ill yesterday, drives down.
That's a boxcar's charge.
There's
Look
a fat
at that.
charge for those Nurglings.
What Nurglings? And I'm guessing they're going in there so he can just pin them in. Look at that. Longshanks ignore models when you move in?
Yeah, he can move over.
Well, he's just going to walk over.
Yeah. Yeah, you were better off, Toby. Like, just leaving them where they were.
He's done 12 wounds, though. So I'm guessing he's just going to try and start whittling them down. And that's a lot of attacks to get.
I mean, remember, we are at the bottom of turn 2 here, so Toby could always double turn into 3 and then have the opportunity to... He's probably going to kill this. Have the opportunity to maybe come this way and do the same thing.
The Incarnate is going to be stood alive, though. Because I don't think the Incarnate... You'd hope it kills that fly, and you'd hope it... Depending where he picks to swing first.
Yeah.
Well, I think he's probably going to monstrously... As long as he rolls a 2 up or whatever, he's going to take 6 mortal wounds or 4 or whatever Avalanche of Flesh is. And he's probably going to do it to that Gargant there.
Yeah, and then pile in this way to attack.
Yeah.
Yeah. Here we go. Toby's just deciding where he's...
Yeah, what a surprise. 2 plus? Big. Yeah, 4 mortal wounds.
Yeah.
4 6s? No, definitely not.
Now they roll off for Timber.
Yep.
4 each, reroll.
Yeah, just strong choice.
Toby won the roll off, falls off this way, so there's no mortal wounds there.
That's a really good flip flop.
Yep, and Prime Hunter points as well.
Oh yeah, that's really going to push him in his favour. He's the Gatebreaker 2 as well. Yeah, that's really good. I forgot about that. Toby's definitely back in this now.
See them there with their little sleuth icon. I don't know why.
Oh
yeah, there you go. That's Toby taking mountains of points there. That's one of the disadvantages to taking so many Gargants. But one of the best things about having an Incarnate in the Gargant list is that it doesn't count as those extra points. So you can still afford to throw it in a bit haywire and not worry about it.
It wouldn't surprise me if when the new GHB comes out, they put the Incarnate as a priority target.
I've just figured out what this dice is. Disease points.
Yeah, where's his level?
I'm going to double check, and I will just ask.
No, I think he... Yeah, that is a good point.
Yeah.
Just me now, guys. Ishi boy. Who's in chat? Oh, cheers, Elven Painter. He, Oh, we need to know which Gargant it's bonded to as well.
It's this one in the middle.
Cool. Bad news.
This one in the middle. That's why you can afford to put it so close. You don't have to worry about one of the Gargants losing. Sorry, I say losing. One of the Gargants dying either side of it.
What is happening here?
I do not know.
Well, I guess Toby now has locked down that middle point. Because that Gargant cannot retreat.
Yep.
And what level was the Incarnate?
1.
1. That's good as well. So if that fly can do enough wounds, which is unlikely, that would be huge. If that Incarnate dies this turn.
Carragon, we're not talking about a charge for the Longshanks over on this side of the battlefield. We're talking about a retreat potentially onto this objective.
Yeah.
Not, to be fair.
Oh, measuring blow-ups -1 to hit. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To be fair, if you're having to retreat with a Gargant, you're probably not doing it right.
I don't know. If your Gargant's not stood on a point in the first place, you're probably not doing it right.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Yeah.
So, I mean, he's got to get over there at some point. He could have just kicked his point forward with him.
Yeah. Footballed it, dribbled it up the table.
Yeah, and put them both on top of each other. I know it can only contest one, but still.
Yeah.
Because now, if this fly survives, Toby's not in a horrible place to give him the turn.
And then choose which he deletes.
Yeah. He might even delete this one.
What, this one up here?
Could do. He's going to delete one of the two on the right, isn't he?
Yeah. I mean,
he might even delete the middle one.
If Rob ends up with the turn, he deletes this one or this one. Mm-hmm. If Toby gets the turn, he's probably better deleting.
Yeah, I think he goes for the middle because they're not retreating; they're stuck there.
Yeah.
So getting that rid of it means that's the only one the bottom right he owned as well. Ooh, yeah, that Gargant's got a nice, easy retreat though.
This one over this side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think Toby's probably best giving the wound over. The turnover if he does win the roll.
Yeah, as long as that fly survives, though.
And we'll see how much damage the fly... Because the fly could potentially de-level the Incarnate again.
Yeah, probably not with a roll like that. Because there were a lot of 2s and 1s.
Well, all out attacks, I believe.
Ah, well, even better.
4 saves,
and
no rest.
The Incarnate is paper. A 4-up save is fine.
Yeah.
But not if you roll like that, though. And he was going to be close enough for the Wither Stave now as well, I reckon.
Yep.
So he's rolling fire with his saves, though.
He is. That's only 2 wounds, but there are potential 5 in the Battle Shock phase.
I mean, if he takes 7, he could die.
I mean, yeah, he only has to take 4 to be able to die, right?
It might be equal to. It might be 3 and then roll triple 1s.
Really?
Yeah, I think it's 3 minimum.
War Scroll, will it? No.
It's not on the War Scroll. I might have it on my phone, but either way, the more he takes, the more likely it is.
Of course.
Is that fly's living so far?
Wow, there's still a couple of attacks coming through.
Yeah, these are the big ones. They're the -3 4 damage ones. Yeah.
He is dead, yeah.
Which is not good news for Toby.
To the wound as well, by the look of it. Which is unfortunate. Lives with 1 more wound and it's a different story.
Well, I mean, still. Everything to play for still.
Yeah, disease points coming in, maybe?
No, Nurglings.
The Nurglings.
Yeah, man. I mean, you got to roll them, don't you? Look at that.
There's 3 disease points from 6s.
Yeah, exactly. You're laughing.
You'll take it. I did say hey to everybody's a blanket there, Caragon, as well. So don't be offended. It's okay. 12 wounds on that Gargant on the right. That's
which isn't bad at all, is it?
It doesn't really come to play in this particular matchup because it's against Gargants. But one thing I do find with Nurgle is that your army tends to be alive turn 1, alive turn 2, dead turn 3, because of the disease points going across the board, and it's much more of a durability level army, and be able to tank a load of hits and then passively give out mortal wounds back to you.
Sorry, I'm hooked on this game. I just sat here looking and nodding.
No, you're absolutely fine. We are enjoying it just as much as hopefully the viewers are as well at home, and just watching how can Toby get himself out of this corner that unfortunately he's been pegged into, and he's doing a relatively decent job of such.
Well, you've jinxed it now.
Yeah,
I've turned up to watch him lose, so I'm a bit disappointed. That
so you're rooting for Rob.
I'm
rooting for I'm rooting for Toby. You're rooting for Rob. Is that how this works?
Sure, but you should also be rooting for Rob.
Everybody should root for Rob.
Yeah, everyone should not root for Toby. I mean, everyone loves a villain in AOS, and Gaffer the villains.
You look pretty villainous yourself today, actually.
If my mustache was a little bit longer, I'd twirl it.
I should have brought my cat. You could have.
Oh yeah,
hello, Mr.
Around.
Bond.
Yeah.
We meet again. Yeah, turn around on these non-swivel chairs.
He'll be all right. Pick it up.
Okay.
So damage is starting to come down on these Gargants.
Yeah, this is the great unclean one.
He can afford to, I guess, ignore objectives as long as the Gargants die.
Yeah.
Because that's 2 points for a Gargant dying is not anything to sniff at.
Yeah.
So.
That was the roll for the Incarnate.
Big. How many wounds did that have?
That only had 5 wounds on it.
Oh, Toby cannot believe his luck on the microphone, and neither can I. I think the dice might have saved his bacon today.
Well, this might be one of those turns now where he can afford to lose that objective because it is a 5-turn game. Like, he can afford to give away the turn to keep the turn to then maybe take out another Gargant with maybe getting blow up towards this side of the battlefield.
He's definitely getting hold 1, hold 2, isn't he? He got the one on the right and the one on the left.
He's only held this once for this 1 turn. You have to hold it for 2 turns.
What was there a Gargant on it? Oh, there was.
There was, yeah. And he retreated onto this one, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
this is big.
Yeah.
Is this the priority roll?
No, he did. They did count it as hold 2 as well. Fair play.
Yeah, because he held it in his last turn.
Yes. Yeah.
And he took it back.
Yeah. We've got Broken Ranks was done. Tactic with a monster, 2 hunter points, hold 1, hold 2, hold more, monster kill.
Yeah, so I think Rob has took the turn. No, Rob has given Toby the turn.
Yeah.
Big.
4 plus
4 award on the hero. Yeah, I think the stars have aligned for Toby, and I think he's on the skin of his teeth got through this game.
I mean, he's got 2 blights, blow ab.
Yeah.
A Great Unclean one and 2 summoned Nurglings plus whatever else he decides to summon.
Yeah, he's probably going to summon something else this turn, but that's big because you'd hope if the spells go off, this Gargant in the middle dies.
Yeah, I believe this one's.
He's going to charge everything he's got into this Gargant now. I think.
Yeah.
Is he?
Conquer on that one.
Oh, it's Rob's turn.
Yeah.
So Toby got rid of that point.
Toby got rid of this point.
No, he didn't. The one in the bottom.
Oh, the one in the bottom. He was pointing at the middle. Oh, yeah. That one's gone. Fine, sure.
I can't keep up. No, they're absolutely blasting through it.
Do you know what? I always say that Warhammer's a really slow-paced game, and it's quite difficult to commentate on because there's not a massive amount of action. But these 2 players are going hell for leather. They've clearly got a lunch date with somebody next door at Weatherspoons.
Toby can sense that we're talking rubbish about him.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
He's going for it. So that's an easy conquer. We both said that was going to happen.
Yeah. When you can guarantee 2 points.
But that's no shooting. That's no anything else.
No.
Nurglings weren't doing anything else.
You've got 1 Gargant going into combat against a Great Unclean one with
Fine Tower and a 4 at ward.
Yeah, he's loving life. I mean, look, we can see down this point the 2 little Nurglings are absolutely holding their own here.
This is a spectacular board and some spectacular models as well.
Oh, absolutely gorgeous. To say that Toby only painted 50% of this army is now.
Well, no, he did, but we all joke about him only painting yellow, but at least he paints it good.
Yeah, I mean, look at this. Look at this. Oh, it's just beautiful. And we can see from this point of view, the middle one. I think we'll probably see the everything sort of going to this center of Gargant.
He's gonna. That's the Warlord one, right?
Yeah.
He's gonna slay the Warlord.
Yeah.
And then it saves him.
Bring it down.
To the next one. If this one doesn't die this turn, to be fair, there's a good chance that he gets very heavily chunked. And he's right. Elven Painter is right. The Great Unclean one does not lose this fight,
especially when you've got all your buffs on him.
Yeah.
He only looks like he's taken 4 wounds, maybe 6.
Yeah. 4 at ward save.
Yep.
Finest hour, he's laughing.
Yep.
Absolutely laughing.
Oh, sorry. It's taken now 7 wounds on the Great Unclean one.
Ooh. Well, that's 11 left?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, it's a significant amount. And the Gargant, the Kraken Eater off that's just retreated, has taken 17 wounds in total off the top right. So he's only got 18 left. There are 10 taken here already before Toby's got to swing.
Yeah, so I think next turn this Gargant in the middle dies 100. Well, or has it? Oh,
sorry, I always hit that button.
Has a great chance of dying.
Yeah. It's.
Is that 6 contagion already? 6 disease already. Sorry.
Yeah, he got quite lucky with the Nurgling attacks, I believe, as well.
Big. They're smashing through this. Are they trying to play their game 5 before everyone else plays their game 4?
I mean, the schedule for today is looking like lunch is at like 1:15. Mate, do you want to rack up and have a go?
We could at this point.
I've got a load of Legion in the car. We can actually play a real game at Legion.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Jeez. No, Morton. Turn 3 is the turn that the Contagion has went over to the 4 at ward. The 4 at ward is this turn. Not on...
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of wounds it's taken as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see a way that this Gargant doesn't. It could survive.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a dice game at the end of the day. Look at that dice roll. Go on.
I mean, it was going to be a 4 whichever way you swing that one, but it was quite spectacular to watch. I wish we had a slow-mo cam to be just
Zoom in on the dice.
Oh yeah. That's the next purchase is a PTZ, but they're a good couple of £1,000. Yep. So the 4 reward this turn for the heroes there for the Great Unclean One. So it's even more tanky than it was.
Yeah, and they're pretty nuts to begin with, especially with a -1 to hit, finest hour on top of it. Just crazy.
Yeah, you got to do everything you can this turn to be able to tank your way through it and stuff.
They're through the Gargant turn already.
Yeah, I mean you've only got 2 models left. There's not a lot you can do.
No, exactly.
You know, you swing where you can. The Gargant has now taken 16 wounds over here. He took another 6. So you know, we've got a finest hour already happened on this Gargant, so it can't do it again.
Yeah.
You know, there's only 19 wounds to go through. When you've got Burning Head potentially coming out again.
Are we going to see it bring it down? Or Slay the Warlord?
Oh, for Heroic Recovery on this one up here.
Yeah, which is smart.
Yep.
Heroic Recovery always feels bad, because getting 3 wounds back on a 35 wound model just seems...
But it could mean the difference between winning and losing a game at some point.
Yeah.
Toby swung this right back in his favour, being able to get both of these Gargants to a position where if he double turns this turn, it could see both of them go down in consecutive turns. We could see one die turn 3, one down turn 4.
He just ignores it. Why do you need to go anywhere near it?
Well, you want the VPs. The way the tournament's scored is on VPs.
Yeah, but
remember.
Yeah. I guess I would be summoning Nurglings or a beast up here, and then just moving down this way.
Why?
Because I don't like going in. Because if he goes in, he can get more battle. Is it difference, or is it more just
total VPs?
Yeah,
so you want as many VPs
he's gonna
as possible.
He's going to go for it. But that Great Unclean One's going to have a job getting over there in one turn.
Well, I mean, he's got a 3-inch pylon in this turn.
Yeah, and then a
4-inch move.
Yeah, and that's going to be what.
And then you got a long
huge.
bomb.
Yeah.
You got a massive long bomb. But I imagine in Toby's turn, Blowab's going to do the same thing.
Well, Blowab's going to charge this. You'd think.
Yeah, but
he has picked Slay the Wall.
He'll still come this way, right?
Everything's going to go in here.
Yeah, you got to do it. It's Mystic Shield coming out. All these extra spells. You know, you're whacking them all back.
Oh, yeah,
there's no denies. You're just hoping not for a miscast.
He must have got a big free wounds healed on his Great and Clean One as well.
He's got his
4.
Or got Blowab's spell went off successfully.
Yeah. This thing's going to crumble. He's going to get the burning head off. I think that's what he's reaching for. What a surprise!
Kelsa Priest.
Yeah. 2+. Oh, doesn't go off. Doesn't explode. Oh, it does explode?
No, it just gets removed anyway once you've done it. Once it's moved,
that's sad.
So if you don't move it, it doesn't disappear. But if you move it, it does.
Yeah, get them tokens out of the
I
way.
mean, it's D3 mortal wounds that you're missing out on, but with the sheer amount of wounds that you're probably going to be able to put on it, you know, you got an extra D3 going in the shooting phase, you'll have more going in the combat phase, you'll probably have some in the battle shock phase, if you've not already killed it by that point.
Open the door and shout for Toby to remember to summon.
No, I can't. Can't get involved.
Bless him.
Oh, it's at the end of the movement phase, the summoning, isn't it?
Yeah, but he'll forget.
Yeah. That's the...
That spell's just good.
It's insane.
It is an insane... What other spell can do 6d3 mortal wounds in a turn?
Literally
And if you double turn...
Oh, he's putting the Blight Lords in as well to get the charge damage. Like the impact hits.
Course he is. He's going to want to do the killing blow with the Great Unclean One or
blow up.
Yeah, whatever. One of them.
Get an extra VP.
Yeah. But the mortal wounds are... want to be out. And he is remembering to summon.
And the other thing is, Toby's still got Conquer available to him.
Yep. He's still got load 2 in territory. Well, he's probably not doing that. And I guess some Nurglings can run.
You can run... is Savage Spearhead starting army?
Oh, yeah. Great call. Oh, is that... That's the bagpipe dude, I reckon. For mortal wounds on the...
Yep.
On him.
Yep, here we go. Some shooting from the Great and Clean One.
Maybe no piling.
6 shots here from the Great and Clean One.
Oh, Jesus.
Wow, 5 hits. Extra contagions. Or disease points, sorry.
-3.
-3, so stupid. Oh, a couple of 6s coming through. 6 damage in total, though. It's a slew of damage going out there.
Yeah. It's got a long strike crossbow.
Yep. Wow, that's 24, 25 wounds. That is a total of 10 left there on that Mega Gargant. If I go quiet at any point, it's because I'm doing CPR or the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah, sorry, teammates. I am borderline dying, but we're gonna die what we love doing. You know,
Wearing a suit, commentating on Warhammer.
yeah, I've dressed so that the Undertakers don't have to put me back in a suit.
They just peel you off the floor and put you in a coffin.
Pick me up and put me in a coffin. Yeah, I want on my headstone, died doing what he loved.
Coffin.
Well, watching Toby lose, but he's winning. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, Toby's, the massive point swing there in the Prime Hunters, which I always forget about, and the Incarnate actually, unfortunately, dying this turn, or last turn, sorry, is actually huge.
Yeah, that mathematically shouldn't have happened, but again, dice game. And
absolutely.
Really, really got him out of a bad place.
There's a reason I commentate and don't play on Warhammer really that much. It's because I hate dice.
And I beat you.
You did beat me. You beat me. Priority.
That dragon absolutely destroyed me as well.
I know, that dragon.
It just ran around.
I'm surprised that Karazai actually is that good when he chews through a load of little heroes. Charging the Nurglings in just for the contagion points?
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, heroic recovery gets rid of the healing, gets rid of the disease points. Yeah. That's fair. Wow. So that is what? 34 wounds. 1 left on that Mega Gargant in the middle.
Perfect, one would say.
Choose one of the monsters. Go with that.
Yeah.
Are you stomping over here?
One mortal wound. Yeah, they do take it.
I assume Toby can do his...
He's going to Titanic Jewel and Raw.
Yeah.
He's going to probably Raw... Well, he might. He's just going to Avalanche of Flesh.
Yeah, I was going to say, he just does that. 4 mortal wounds, kills it with a monster.
Yeah, laugh him. Unless he's already done that and it's got down to that.
Oh, that's probably what it was, yeah. Are the event lists available anywhere, Red Strike? If you are a premium member on BCP, I think so. But the current lists being played, Nightbot will throw up in the chat when it decides to get nice and busy. There we go.
Seeing if this Gargant dies now. I mean, it seems almost inevitable.
Yeah.
3 damage each. Yeah. All you have to do is get 6 6s. Nope.
Now they roll off for Timber.
I'm going down.
Toby gets it with a 6 and sends it.
He is a lucky boy.
Very so. Very much
Very
so.
so.
Very so.
Very
Maths,
so.
Words.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Two extra points. Hold 1, hold 2, hold more. We'll get Slay the Warlord with a monster and a monster kill.
I mean, that's got to be all she wrote.
He got 9 VP last turn. He's getting 9 VP this turn. It's
not looking good.
It's looking pretty dire for Rob. Toby played against this list yesterday, pretty much.
Yeah, he's probably been sat all night doing 4D chess with a notepad.
Well, they did the draw yesterday.
Yeah, I know. I saw last night. So he's been...
And he sat there going, you know what? If I can just get Rob to roll a 3 on his Incarnate in turn 2, that'll be fine.
It was like there's one chance, like Doctor Strange.
How many futures do I win?
Yeah.
One. And this is it. There we go, yeah. So, the Nurglings, relatively tanky, right? I mean, they're standing up to a Kraken Eater. The Kraken Eater's not notoriously the best out of all the Gargants in combat.
He's not killed him.
No. And Toby's just trying to get all of those...
well, he stopped it charging as well.
Yeah.
He stopped it doing anything. Look at it. Look at him talking through his turn.
Oh, look. He's mathing it up like it's actually relevant. Turn roll, 7 VPs ahead. If Toby gets it, could be different. He might just give it to Rob.
I would.
3, Toby wins it. What's he going to do?
Surely he gives it away.
I mean, what does Rob gain this turn if he gets it? A Nurgling. Or he retreats this way, which is where Toby wants him.
Would get the point back. But I don't know if that would be 3 inch. Toby's checking now to see if he could get on that point with being 3 away, I reckon.
This one.
Yeah. Oh, no, he's taking the turn.
He's taking the turn. Monstrous takeover for a solid.
So you would go all in now, would you?
I'd send it.
You see, I wouldn't, and I think Toby's not. I think he's going to move away with everything.
Well, actually, I wouldn't send it. I'd put them here, and I'd retreat this Nurgling to here, so he can't get the charge into the other stuff, and then turn 5, then you send it in.
Yeah, which is probably what he's going to do, because he probably knows that Great Unclean one is not going in. But he's took a hefty amount of wounds. It's took 21.
Yeah,
so
it's got 14 left. In fact, Kraken Eaters are a little bit weaker, aren't they? No, they're not.
I think they've all got 35.
Kraken Eater Mega Gargant does also have 35. Yeah, they have. It's one of them. The general can have an artifact to give him 5 extra wounds or something, can't he? Which
I think that's in the other one where Kraken Eaters are the Taker Tribe.
Yes, yeah.
I think that's in Taker Tribe, but
they also count as 30 models instead of 20.
Yeah, which again doesn't really matter most of the time.
Yeah,
if you're on it, you usually won it. But yeah.
Well, Toby's going to get hold 1, hold 2, hold more, and his monstrous takeover this turn.
Yeah.
I suppose he's doing spells because if he can chip off a couple of...
they've been playing with a chess clock. That's why. That's why they've been going at the blazing pace.
Blainsy.
What a hero.
What?
Guys,
absolutely.
I don't know if any of you know this, but I'm for the chess clock. I just think why would you not go to a tournament and want to play your half of the game that you've paid for? Ben's shaking his head.
Don't you start. Oh, we can have a conversation about chess clocks if you want.
Nah, because it'll end up me fighting you.
No. I'll have an opinion, and you'll disagree, and that's fine.
Nah.
My opinion on chess clocks are, if you go 3-0 day 1 at a tournament, you should have to play with a chess clock day 2.
Nah, mine is slap it down game 1. Oh, your first game of AOS, is it?
Assert dominance.
Bang. Play with this.
No. I think there are a majority of players at tournaments that aren't here to play at that top competitive level. They just want to play 5 games over the course of a weekend.
But I don't think that means that they can play slow. And I know they won't be doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
But just because they're not doing it on purpose doesn't mean that they shouldn't not be punished, but be held accountable.
There's a difference between a slow player and being slow played.
Yeah, but I think either way, a clock fixes both of those.
I think a clock's negative.
Well,
yeah. But also, I mean, we can take a look at this. Rob's only got 45 minutes left on the clock. Toby's got an hour.
Yeah.
And they're on turn 4.
But I'm telling you, it doesn't surprise me a clock's down because people play lightning fast with a clock. And I think they should be down all the time.
I don't. But that's
we'll leave the clocks because we're.
But that's a difference of opinion, right? And and unfortunately, you're wrong and I'm right. No, everybody has an opinion. We might even see. Sorry, I'm just thinking about potential screens that we're going to have. We might even see some more screens go up here from the summoning phase if they can. Actually, they'd be more like here, wouldn't they? Because of the 9-inch.
I don't know how many points he's got.
8.
But yeah, maybe
he has 8. And the potential summoning for 8 points
is a Nurgling staying in, or is that retreating?
He could summon more Nurglings, or he could summon a Spoilpox or a Sloppy.
Maybe he's going to sit in there, and he's going to hope he don't get stomped off the board to deal 1 wound to it to make it 1 plus D3.
Yep, because he has got the spell off. You can see that with his little MDF Wilco budget markers that he's got down.
Don't. People don't know this, but I attribute all of Toby's strength. He is summoning Nurglings. All of Toby's ability to play well, I think, comes from me being mercilessly beat over and over again.
Yeah.
In my mum's kitchen, playing with just MDF bases.
Oh, this was playing Warhammer, not just being beat.
No.
Okay, cool.
That as well. But for a long time, we played with just MDF bases 3 or 4 times a week.
If that works, it works, right?
Yeah, a lot of people will look at that and go, "What is this? Why are you doing that?" But I think just getting reps in.
I mean, inherently, right? Warhammer is a 2D game. Or Age of Sigmar is a 2D game.
Yeah, you don't need the model.
No, we put it on a 3D axis because it looks more appealing. It sells models, it makes money, right?
Yeah, you're not going to be able to sell a 2D thing with a picture of a Gargant on it for 100 and some quid, are you?
No, or even a base with the word Gargant written on it. But inherently, you do not need the models to play the game.
No, and I would never think of coming to an event or a tournament or a pickup game with an MDF base.
No.
But with two people that want to try stuff out and that, want to play some games before you potentially get an army or you have a potential weakness, I think it's just really good to get games in.
Yeah, getting, as you say, the term reps has been used quite a lot. Making it sound like it's something Jimmy, but it's not.
Yeah, and it's the same as anything. You play table tennis, you play games to get better. You run to get better.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's not reflexes really, but I guess it is. It's your ability. If you see the same scenarios over and over, you're going to get better at making those decisions.
Naturally, yeah. And the more games you play, the better you get, the more life experience you get.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we're just seeing the
slow decay of this Gargan in the top right, I believe.
Very much so, into the little Nurgling as well. We'll probably see the Nurgling die, let's be honest.
I mean, it might have already had its chance. It's took wounds already. That might have been from the stomp.
That was a stomp, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, there we go.
I mean, it was going to be removed, but you stop Rob being able to get onto that center objective now at this point, and reclaim it for whatever reason. Rob's not. He's not got a massive amount of choice that he could do because he's pretty much killed Toby's battle line except for this already, so he can't do broken ranks particularly. He's already chosen aggressive expansion, bring it down and conquer. I mean,
yeah, what's he going to do?
Can't slay the warlord, I don't think, because that Great and Clean one's just going to hit heroic recovery again.
It doesn't need to. It's going to get the help back anyway. Oh no, it's in his, but either way, I mean, 10 points ahead. With one Gargant left, with nothing it can really do, it pretty much seals the game at this point.
Yeah, or it'll be 15 because of his battle tactic as well. Because he's not clicked tick on his battle tactic, but Monstrous Takeover was indeed nicely achieved.
So yeah, that is, unless something crazy happens, that is the game, I think. But again, got models, you might as well carry on playing.
Yeah, you got to play that game.
Got to play that game.
Well, whilst we're just seeing Rob doing his heroic recovery here, and trying to get some more stuff, he's kicking an objective 6 inches away from the rest of Toby's army.
Yeah, which is fine.
I'd just like to point out that if you use !HH in the chat, you can potentially win a Horus Heresy box at the end of Game 5. There you go. A little bit of sellout right there.
So I'm guessing Rob's plan is to kick this objective away, move away, and try and deny that last battle tactic of bring it down. Yeah, exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
Moving this directly 6 back.
Oh, a cheese clock. I'd take a cheese clock.
Cheese
clock. Can you imagine if you turn up to every game with a cheese platter?
No. Only if they were dairy, lactose intolerant, and you were like, yeah, have some cheese. Then you want a chess clock when they go off to the toilet.
Have a series of baby bells, just...
Yeah, so he's just denying him the next battle tactic, I think.
Yep.
Wait, what? Are they just talking it through? Or has he died to disease?
No, he didn't have enough wounds on him to do that.
Yeah, they've just talked it through.
No, it died to disease. Because it had the spell on it. It died with disease points. Are you kidding me?
Oh, it stops him getting a bat. I guess he just runs 2 monsters now, though. He doesn't have them. Unless he
just Ferocious Advance, it's 3 units.
Yeah, but he's not going to get another point with monsters, but...
We did.
Is the board...
Savage
Is the board half?
It is. The mission is 50%, I believe.
Yeah, so Auto 6, the Great Unclean one, maybe gets him across?
No, it's not.
No, so it don't. So he's just going to get Odd 1, Hold 2, Hold More, Battle Tactic.
Well, he's chosen Savage Spearhead. I assume...
yeah, and the Handshake comes out.
Yeah, it'll be moved down here, summoned down here. These probably auto-run 6, right?
Yeah.
There you go. And there you go, the Handshake there. The final match is 36-14 there in Toby's favour. We'll come back to us just to quickly wrap this up. I mean, Louis, do you want to get a drink after this?
I mean, we could go play a game.
Yeah, I mean, we've got
Slap
time.
That chess clock down.
Yeah,
we might play in time.
No, I don't want a chess clock, mate. I don't want a chess clock.
Have you heard Toby now? He's explaining that because he lost last round to it, he proper tried hard.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's got to try and come back. You can't be a Team World Champion and then lose.
No, you can't. Well, I'm still here dreaming for a second loss from him.
Is Team World Champion like the budget World Champion?
Well, yeah. I mean, he could still be Master.
Yeah,
because he's going to Masters. When's that? Next week? The week after?
I think it is. Is he taking this list with him to Masters as well?
I don't know. I didn't have a Nurgle army before Worlds, so I'm assuming he's getting reps in. But I don't know. I think I did see him on the table at breakfast going, I could just put an Incarnate into Knights of the Empty Throne.
Oh.
So I don't know. I think he was a bit... Who knows?
Well, thank you very much for joining me here on the commentary.
Anytime.
I'm sorry it was so quick. You can blame your brother for that.
Well, yeah, blame the chess clock.
Well, yeah, blame the clock. # blame the clock. Massive thank you to everybody who has stuck around and watched the game. Are you going to be joining me for Game 5?
Yeah, probably. I mean, what, in 3 hours' time?
Literally. In fact, let me double check exactly what time Game 5 is. Let's go here quickly before we come back to ourselves. 1:45. Yeah. So it's about 2 hours.
2 and a bit hours. We could have a game of Star Wars Legion.
I mean, I've got it in the car. If you want to go, we can go.
Yeah.
2 hours and 20 minutes time. We will be back with game number 5. Hopefully, we'll have table 1. Hopefully, 2 people that are 4-0. Obviously, if both players don't want to play, or one of them doesn't want to play, they don't have to play on stream.
It'd be good to see the people playing for the win, though.
But it would be lovely to see the people playing for the win. 34 players here today. And after round 1 it's 17, then it's 9.
Yeah, I'm one of the dropouts.
Yeah, but you were poorly.
Yeah, to be fair.
And you were always going to drop out for me anyway. Maybe?
I don't know, I missed I bailed out of a Fire Slayers off as well.
Oh, was that the matchup that you were going to have?
Yeah, Fire Slayers versus Fire. It would have been good as well.
That
I just flew my Incarnate into his whole army and gone, have that.
And then, eat that. Well, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be suited up.
Don't you feel so much better as well?
I genuinely feel incredibly dapper in my suit and shorts.
feel like this is proper now. When you turn up in the t-shirt, you're like, just doing it for fun. This feels like work.
I mean, yeah, especially when you got some. Oh, look at that inside.
My tie's not really, but
it'll do. Nobody really sees. It's fine.
No one. I got red shorts on underneath this.
I was going to say, mine is salmon. The problem is my outfit kind of goes. Anyway, we're going to go and I'm going to say thank you to the players and give them their couple of little dice that they get for playing on stream. Why not?
Look at that.
Yeah.
Don't give Toby any. He doesn't deserve it.
No,
Dragon.
They'll only roll 1s anyway for him. Thank you very much to all of our followers, subscribers, donators, shares, pledges, lurkers, raiders, hosters. Thank you very much, Louis, for joining me and the players as well. And we will be back at 1:45 and we'll see you there. Take care, everybody.
Peace out.